Finally. Oh, it's here, it's here, it's here. Nice. Oh, yes. Fantastic. Let's do this. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be a little bit different because after waiting for quite a while, I've got myself a 3D printer to make some awesome projects for my plant. So in this video, I'm going to unbox it, set it up, and I'm going to try to print my very first design. So bear with me and enjoy the video. Very funky noises while it's doing the calibration. So calibration is done. Enjoy printing. Thank you. Okay, finish. And can I select something? 3D Benchy. Let's go. 11 seconds. Print. So after a little calibration, it finally started printing. And it is quieter than I expected. I mean, this is not the final place for this printer. And it doesn't stink. That's a good thing. So, of course, we were concerned that it will smell like molten plastic. But it works quite well. And if you take a look from here, you can already see the base of the Benchy. And it is not a good idea to have it on this table, of course, but that's another project. Well, not really, but I will find a solution for that. To put it in a separate room so that we are not disturbed by it making noises or whatever. So there it is, my first print. Everything came out really nicely and I completely understand the hype around the Bambu products. The text, the overhangs, the holes, everything was nice and I'm really looking forward for my first print. So the first project or the first design with for the new 3D printer is something for the tropical cabinet. And what I really don't like here is that although we have these type of shelves here, they don't offer enough space. And this will be the first print, something similar to this. Let me remove this. This is done by magnets. So each of these parts or these shelves is 25 centimeters long, it's like 10 centimeters high, and it is affixed to the wall by a magnet band like this here. So what I'm going to do is to draw up something similar, a little bit smaller, like 20 centimeters, and I would like to add two pots in there who are sitting quite snugly in there. So I fired up my trusted old SolidWorks, created a new part, and I always start with the easiest part, which in this case for me was the tray. The tray should have dimensions 20 by 10 centimeters for the tray or for the container part, and it should have a back wall of around 1 centimeters that holds the magnets that basically fix it to the metal wall of my tropical cabinet. The wall strength or the wall thickness of this tray should be 2 millimeters, which is a multiple of the printing nozzle, which is 0.4 millimeters, and the design was pretty straightforward. I mean, I just had to draw up some rectangles, extrude them, put in some wallings or some walls, and to make sure that the dimensions are all correct. I'm not a CAD designer per se. I know how to use CAD software, so that's easy for me. But I always have to check also on YouTube on how to do certain things. Now, once the tray has been done, I wanted to give them some nice rounded edges of 5 millimeters, so inside and outside as well, of course, so that it feels light on the touch. So the tray is basically done, and we can move on to the next part, which is one of the pots. I planned to do a 2-pot 1-tray configuration in this case, and both pots should have minimal tolerance to the tray and to themselves. So once again, checking the math, checking the dimensions is really important. I also wanted to add some holes for drainage, and it should also have some overhangs that the design is somehow pleasing to the eye. I'm not a designer myself. I have some basic understanding of how something should look like, but at least in my fantasy or in my imagination. And the rest is just bringing it to paper in SolidWorks. Once again, here, after I've added some little space at the bottom, I've added the walls, once again also 2 millimeters thick, and of course I needed to edit the drainage holes, which should at least look a little bit symmetrical, although in this example they are just put without a thought somewhere on the design. Once that's been done, of course, I've rounded the edges here as well, so that the design looks somehow similar to each other. And once that was done, I could take a look at the assembly on how everything fits together, how it will look and feel like, at least in digital form. And the second pot was fairly easy to be done. It was just simply mirrored and then also put onto the tray. So this is how one pot and a tray will look like. the magnet holes I will add in here in Bambu Lab Studio, because it's much easier to do it before printing, and experienced 3D printers already are screaming. I know, I understand this, but this is my very first design, my very first print, and I did this on purpose. I did not use any support here to see what my printer can do and can't do. So, and while we're already printing, don't mind the room. Something else will happen with this room. My son is moving out, or is currently in the process of moving out, and we are already printing here the 2 pots and the tray, and we will see how this will come out. So, one might say this is bad. For me, this is my first print, and I think that this prototype works fairly well. Why? Because all my measurements are working really neatly. The overhang looks nice, everything is snug and tidy, and if I put these 2 plants in here, and I've printed this piece for these 2 guys, they are even, the magnets are even holding up. So it doesn't matter if it's on the fridge, it doesn't matter if it's on the in the tropical cabinet, but the magnets seem to have strong enough power. They need definitely to be more powerful. However, I would like to try this out and bring these 2 plants in here and put them into the cabinet to see how it holds, if it disintegrates with the wetness or with the dampness, or if it still stays where it should stay. I've repotted these 2 plants here, and let's see how they get in here. One goes in like this here, the other goes in like, don't know, maybe like this. Yes, so perfectly snug. And what I can already see is that I would wish that the pots would be higher, so that the plants and the roots have more space to go down. But now comes the interesting part. Will it hold somewhere? And let's put them into the cabinet. And let's make a long-term test on how it holds up. And it holds up. And now I can come with the water. And give it a little bit of water. And it still holds. I mean, that's not much water, but anyway. This should be enough for now. And we will see what will happen the next days. Will it disintegrate? Will it stay there? Will it fall down? We will see. Thank you for watching. Version 2 of this construct is on the way. I will print it with support, and hopefully it will look much nicer. I will make some nicer modifications, but that's it. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned.